at our breakfast discussion asking about transparency and how it can help workers and supply chains, I think I was really pleased at the energy in the room. This is a really big issue now. Companies are thinking about how they're going to have to report with the Modern Slavery Act and other changes in the law. And I think what's great is to see trade unions, companies, NGOs coming together to talk how do you use the data that you get. So there is risk of information going out there. Is it good quality? We need to be looking at that, using it in order to, I think, give workers and supply chains more power, but also be challenging governments. What do they need to put in place, monitoring and enforcement? So transparency is just the first step, and I think we very much discussed that today. But how can we, as ETI members, take that work forward? That's the big question.
Well, it's been an interesting discussion, and what's been interesting from a TUC point of view is the way the panel came together with a very positive message about transparency and the impact it could have, as against maybe some of the followers in the room, people who were following the debate but maybe hadn't fully embraced it, and the problems that they're still raising seem to be the same ones that have been discussed over and over for the past few years. So there's a separation of the debate. There's now a few leaders in the room who want to bring people with them, but that debate has a long way to go. We put forward a very positive message about how transparency for us is a way in which the union movement can engage with corporates and pursue our joint goal of ending human rights abuse in global supply chains, because without being able to see where things are being built, things are being made, things are being grown, it's very difficult for us to engage with worker representatives and support them and educate them and help them become active partners in the process. So it's a win-win situation for us if corporates engage, but what we did find is that some of the problems of how much the corporates themselves know about what's going in their supply chain is still being raised as a reason to not share what they do know in the first instance and start moving towards more comprehensive analysis of supply chains that we can get stuck into.
So I suppose after a really good debate with lots of interesting people in the room, I think my reflection is very much that transparency is here to stay. I think, you know, in the age of social media and smartphones, the information is going to be out there anyway. So certainly at M&S, we're very much thinking, let's put it out there ourselves, let's help explain the context and so forth. And I think my advice to other companies looking to put data out there, looking to put narrative out there, is, you know, to go for it.
It's been an excellent morning to introduce and share our campaign to get companies to sign up for a pledge on transparency on their supply chains around the world. It's been a productive discussion. We've been able to talk about how this transparency core is the start, not the beginning, but it's a way of all companies and all people involved, workers' rights organisations, companies around the world, to be able to identify problems at the earliest possible moment, and for everyone to be able to be aware and get problems fixed before they become a very big issue.